This is a mixture of other clips that I'll sort out eventually.
Some trailers have the tire mounted underneath, which might be out of sight, out of mind. But on the other hand, if you're stuck somewhere and need to get at the tire, this makes it a whole lot easier. You also got a light, which is handy. Parts are going to break inside your trailer, like your curtain, your window blinds tend to be on these type of things, and that plastic breaks after so many years, so you can pick that stuff up at your local RV shop or look on Amazon or some other site like that. All kinds of chemicals to wash and wax your trailer. At first I did, now I just get a bucket with warm water and some Dawn dish detergent and a soft brush and wash the roof and walls, and I don't even bother with waxing it anymore. Just depends how fussy a person is. Various chemicals for your toilet. What a lot of people say is, well, you're only dumping your sewage into your holding tank and then dumping it into the park drain system, so why are you worried about dissolving the sewage? Because it's only going to be sitting in your tank for a short period of time before it heads off to the park septic system. So what I've taken to doing is I will use a chemical in our black tank to prevent odor when we're going to be gone for a few days. But for the gray tank, which is like your sink and shower, I just let it fill up and then dump it out. Toilet tissue. I've done tests with this stuff. The RV toilet tissue does dissolve quicker than, say, something like household toilet tissue. But I guess it just depends how much toilet tissue one uses. Because the main thing is you don't want to plug up the drain in your trailer, nor the hose going from your trailer to the park sewage system. But if you're rather reasonable with the amount of toilet tissue, I believe you'd be fine with regular toilet paper that you bring from home. Just avoid some of the stuff that's, let's say, that is advertised to be very soft and strong and whatever. That means it just might end up clogging things up. You want to make sure, besides a smoke detector, that you also have a propane and carbon monoxide detector. Some of them, it'll be a combination, everything in one, but otherwise it's best to have smoke, carbon monoxide, and propane. I don't know if they've changed it, but for years it was the very same key for every trailer lock on every trailer, which doesn't give you much confidence. Can't tell if the manufacturers finally figured out they should use different keys for different locks. But even so, I doubt it's like a car where every car, well, most cars have a different key. What you can do is there's a company that makes a unique key, which then gives you a little more security. And of course that would be assuming you're putting stuff that's of value under here. Depending on your height, you may want to have a trailer with a little more headroom. This particular one allows me at 6'3" to walk around the inside without hitting the air conditioner. But if I'm going to have a shower, I'm going to have to stoop. This is a really weird setup where they have the shower along with the toilet. So you're in this one area and water's going to be flying all over the place. So here's some molding on a trailer coming down from the roof. I don't know if you can see, but there's a very thin bead of caulking along here. Underneath here there's probably what they call a butyl strip, which is like butyl rubber that forms the main seal, and then they add this caulking as a secondary seal. And every so often you may want to ensure that this caulking is still in good shape, and if not, replace it. The butyl on an older trailer can go, like on mine it did, and that was a real problem because then I had to take the whole strip off and take out all the butyl and put more butyl in and put more caulking. And again, with the edging, and you can see the caulking running all the way up, all the way around here. Best job they can do. Eventually, everything fails. You want to make sure when you do put out a slide out that you're not going to hit anything, because that would spoil your day. And I've done it without realizing, and luckily I caught it in time. These are your typical latches used to hold doors open, which work but require a couple of hands. And there you go. I saw in another trailer they had a little magnet up top here, which is kind of neat. That way you don't have to do that. These are the regular latches where you turn a thumb screw. They also have what they're called slam latches, which some people like and some people don't. The slam, you would just push it down and it would automatically latch, you hope. But apparently sometimes they'll slam and they don't latch. So with this method, you're manually turning this lock, and then before you're going to travel, you'd use a key on that lock. So it's going to be pretty hard for that guy to come loose. So of the two, I think I prefer this guy. Most trailer sinks are going to be in acrylic like this, which means, watch if you take a hot pot and sit it on the edge of the sink. You're going to have a melted sink. Some trailers are going to have a trailer hitch on the back, and you can hook up your boat or some other trailer onto that. But just be aware that if the total length or weight is over a certain amount, then you require a specialized driver's license called a Class 3, and not everybody knows that. But you'd find out pretty quick if you got pulled over. This is a bike rack that you attach to the frame of the trailer because the bumpers are not strong enough to hold the weight of the bikes bouncing around. So if you got bicycles, you're probably going to want one of these things.